Welcome to the Royal Daily Tea YouTube channel. Please be advised all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only, based 100% on my own opinion, my own theories, and my own research. All of my information can be found on the public domain and falls under the fair use guidelines. Please feel free to do your own research. Hi everyone, it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. So when my sister was in town visiting, she absolutely fell in love with my little bedside water carafe that I bought from Amazon that you saw in a previous video of mine. She absolutely loved it. She thought it was all bougie. So she's definitely getting one for Christmas, just don't tell her. But anyways, I do see that a couple people did buy one from my Amazon storefront. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. It is absolutely fabulous to have a cute little thing of water by your bedside table. So if you don't know, I do have an Amazon storefront. You can go ahead and check the link in the description. But if you did buy the water carafe, send me a photograph. I'll share it with everyone here. I love to see how people use things that I recommend. But we have a lot of juicy royal daily tea to get through. So sit back, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the royal daily tea. So there was a story circulating a couple days ago how Netflix is spooked and scared about the immense backlash that they are receiving from the new upcoming series of The Crown. So much so that they are going to push the docuseries from Harry and Meghan until 2023. Well, personally, I don't think they give a flying fig about the controversy. If anything, it is drumming up major interest in the new upcoming season. You know, bad press is still good press in Hollywood. As long as you're talking about it, it's going to get some butts in seats and some eyeballs on the screen. You know, you think about the new movie from Olivia Wilde, Don't Worry, Darling, and the huge amount of controversy with her co-stars fighting. It makes people want to go and watch the movie because what's all the hoopla about? It brings up interest. Now, I believe that the real reason why the docuseries is supposedly being pushed out until next year has to do with the Sussexes themselves. It was rumored that Netflix was planning to air The Crown in November and the docuseries in December, but now it has come to light that it has been pushed back until next year. The reason for that, in my opinion, is the Duke and Duchess of controversy don't know how to keep their stories and their lies straight. They keep contradicting themselves. Apparently, the people who are working on Harry's memoir are having a very difficult time as they're having to include new pieces to his memoir to include the Queen's funeral, but they may or may not be taking out some major digs that he has made toward members of the royal family. So now the docuseries is in contrast to what he said in the memoir, meaning things aren't adding up and the two keep changing their story. So that is why, in my opinion, Netflix has decided to shelve the project, you know, the docuseries from hell, basically, the one that's been going on for the past freaking decade. They decided to put it off until next year. They can't keep their story straight. Why would you put that on the air? It's like Oprah Winfrey on steroids 2.0. Netflix, you know, they may not be afraid to air The Crown because they know it's a fictionalized version of real people and real events. It's historical fiction. Everyone knows that they're taking a major creative license on the show, and hopefully they'll put a big disclaimer on there letting people know that some of the events have been, you know, made up. There's a whole scene where Charles supposedly had a meeting with the Prime Minister to oust his mother from the throne, which of course never happened, but they're trying to add some drama to the series. But the docuseries from Harry and Meghan, it's not The Crown. These are actual members of the royal family talking about the royal family. It's not a bunch of writers and producers who made up, a show based on the royals. It's actual members. Harry, his father, is the King of England. His grandmother was the Queen of England. So it's a little bit different when the story comes from them than from a group of producers. So in my opinion, they're probably more spooked. The fact that Harry and Meghan have a lot of holes and inconsistencies and contradiction in their own account of events that happened. I think Netflix is a little bit more worried about these two than they are about The Crown. So the rumor is that they're having a little bit of a problem. Get them a broom and a mop, y'all, because they're a mess, okay? Their stories aren't straight. They're having to add and delete content for not only the book, but the docuseries. And I think it's getting to the point where they were having fights with their production team on what they can add and what they can delete. Another rumor on the street is that the royal family is not allowing them to use certain footage in their docuseries. So that could be a whole other production problem for the dynamic duo. So I don't know if this docuseries is ever going to see the light of day. There's a rumor that Netflix never really signed off on it. Again, they're not going to pay you for crap. You have to produce something that's worth watching and that's worth millions of dollars. So they're having a problem. They're scrambling behind the scenes, fighting with production, what they can take, what they can't take. I think it's going to be a royal mess, and Netflix also has to prepare to do battle with the palace, right? Because these are people who were saying, hey, this happened. So the legalities of that's a lot more than it is against the crown. And this is being touted as, quote, a docu-series, meaning it's a documentary based on facts. And I guess Harry and Meghan's truth, right? Whatever that is, according to them, their point of view, which is, again, doesn't have the greatest reputation or history, but hey, whatever floats your boat. So Netflix, in my opinion, they might just shelve the whole project. It might be too much work for what they're getting in return. The Heart of Invictus is still on the shelf somewhere. Again, Netflix is losing subscribers. They're not this huge financial giant that can just throw away, 25 million on a bunch of ex-royals. But Meghan is already trying to distance herself just a little bit from the docuseries. She made a comment in her most recent interview with Variety magazine that it is now in the hands of the director and it's our love story, but it's not being told in the way that we wanted it to be told, but it is now through her creative lens to tell the story. So that means that Meghan Clean Hands Markle is trying to walk away from the docuseries. So maybe they're keeping some of the salacious content in there. There was the conversation, they were kind of having an argument that the production team was insisting that they keep certain aspects of the show in. Otherwise, they didn't have a show. It would be boring. It'd be like watching paint dry, right? So now she's trying to backtrack and kind of remove herself from this docuseries. So to me, that speaks volumes that this could be a very detrimental docuseries and could possibly be the final straw that breaks the camel's back. And these two might get their wish to be 100% free of the UK and the royal family. Because in my opinion, one wrong move and they're done. They're already ousted from the family. You could see the body language at the funeral was not exactly lovey-dovey. So now it's just another thing they're adding to the pile. So in my opinion, Meghan and Harry were doing that whole year of visibility, which was basically a money grab. It was, let's get the book deal, let's get the podcast, let's do the docuseries, and then we're done. And then we're going to go run back to Daddy, and we're going to do a year of reconciliation. It's kind of like beg for forgiveness versus ask for permission, because we all know Harry and Meghan don't like the word no. When they were in the royal family as working royals, they were told no. No, you can't do this, and no, you can't do that. So the two of them threw a royal fit, and they took their little toys and they threw them out the pram, and they walked away to get their financial freedom where nobody could tell them what to do. So now they're doing a cash grab, a money grab. They're trying 2.5 years later to finally do their part, grab the money and run. In my opinion, that year of reconciliation is running home to Daddy with his tail between his legs saying, I'm going to be a good boy now, Dad. I'm a good boy. I'm going to follow the rules now. You know what I mean? It's like now they're trying to rebrand themselves of these people who are so much in love with the family and the Queen and the UK. They're just sweet little California people who put their family in front of everyone else. So here comes the new Meghan, y'all. The cool California Karen mom, the one who likes to sing Kumbaya and make bolognese sauce and tell jokes because she's funny, and like to play Wordle in bed with little Harry. You know, the mother of 2 children under the age of 4 who doesn't have time to watch TV because she's so busy chasing after her children. I mean, I think we all can believe she's terrorizing the maids and the nannies and they're hiding in the bathroom, but you know, we'll play the game that you're just the cool California mom. You're so silly, Meghan. You're so sweet. You're so funny. This is the new Meghan. I'm the cool Meghan. I'm not the mean Meghan. I'm the cool Meghan. I'm the California Meghan. I'm just a California mom who just happens to be a Duchess. This is the new acting role that she's doing once again. The PR spin maven herself is now creating a whole new persona. Oh yes, a whole new Meghan has arrived on the scene. So she sat down with Variety magazine on September 1st for a photo shoot because she was supposed to get some Women of the Year award. Unfortunately, Her Majesty the Queen had passed away, so it had been put on hold. So instead, Meghan went back and did a sit-down interview for Variety magazine. And now she's the brand new Meghan. She's Meghan 2.0, the California cool chic Meghan, who's just about joy, a family, empathy, caring, the one who just can't be bothered with drama, the one who turns the cheek when someone says something negative about her, not the one who wants to silence everyone on the internet, y'all. So the interesting thing about this Variety magazine was that Meghan pretty much is distancing herself from everything that was negative in the past. That's right, she's Clean Hands Markle. So now Clean Hands Markle, who just wears white and doesn't get her hands dirty, you know, the crisp, clean new Meghan, is now distancing herself from the Cut magazine interview where she basically said, well, it was just supposed to be about archetypes and our projects and the children. We weren't supposed to talk about the royal family, but you know, I'm just too trusting of a person. So you didn't make those comments, Meghan? I mean, did you make them? Did she make them up? Did she not get the guttural sounds that you were telling her to interpret correctly? Was it like, did she not get that right? I mean, does she need to go back over the recording? Did she make up those comments? So you said them, but then she wasn't supposed to put them in the article. Is that what you mean? So now she's totally dishing the poor lady who wrote the article, acting like she is a victim, like, I don't know how that got in there, wasn't supposed to be in there. But you know, I just don't want to become a jaded person because that's not how I live my life. That's not how I see the world. I'm sorry, do you need glasses? Because the persona you've been putting out for the past 4 years, sweetheart, does not embody kindness and empathy and forgiveness, love, and joy. I mean, maybe we should call your daddy and ask him how he feels. This is a woman who talks about self-love and family love and community and kumbaya, but doesn't quite share that with her family or Harry's family. A person who is alienated with basically your entire family on both sides doesn't exactly reek of family love to me. That's just my opinion. So now Meghan is portraying herself as this new woman who's just excited for the future and had a very close and caring relationship with the Queen. This is from a woman who literally had one solo event with Her Majesty. I believe she spent one Christmas with her. Remember the last Christmas they went to Canada and couldn't go to Balmoral? This is a woman who barely, I don't even know if she saw her at the Platinum Jubilee. Because remember, they went to the Thanksgiving service where the Queen didn't even attend. Did they even see the Queen at the Platinum Jubilee? And then the second time she was there was for the funeral. She didn't have a relationship with the Queen. But I love how she's building it up. Like Harry and I were just, we were talking to Granny every single day. We were just so close and we had such warmth. And I'm so glad I got that opportunity. But somehow you failed to extend this warmth to everyone else in the family, just the Queen. You barely knew the Queen, okay? You barely knew the Queen. It's like you can't make this stuff up. So in my opinion, Meghan is definitely trying to rebrand herself into this cool, clean, crisp California Meghan. So nice and clean hands and doesn't understand why there's controversy or why that lady said those comments that came out your mouth into the magazine. She has no clue how that got in there, right? And now this docu-series is in the hands of the director through her creative lens. And well, Meghan is just hands off, letting it happen. Kumbaya Meghan just lets the universe take the wheel. Jesus take the wheel. Meghan is just not in control anymore. The most controlling, narcissistic person that we all know is just letting it go. Let it go, let it go. Meghan lets it go. Does anyone believe for one moment this lady lets anything go? This is the same lady who was teaching her son kindness and manners and had the security guard stop and hand the homeless person a granola bar. Because we don't touch the dirty poor people, Archie. Manners. She seems like such a loving person, doesn't she? Oh my goodness. Let's talk about the photographs. The photographs were beautiful, but honey, you can use a filter. You don't need to use all of them. There's like 50,000 filters on these photos. It's like, what kind of smoke and mirror game we playing here? We know it's the new Meghan, but I mean, she looks like a different person. Every single time I see Meghan, she looks different. It's like, this is the new Meghan, and she has a new look behind 5,000 filters. Look at me, because I'm just so effortless. Make sure you Photoshop it. I don't get this woman. Again, wearing very expensive clothing, posing in a backyard. It looks like she has a curtain or a bed sheet or scarf behind her. Like, was that supposed to look like that? It doesn't look like it's a finished photo to me. It looks like she's standing in front of a fan with a scarf blowing behind her. I mean, that's the kind of look I did as a kid, playing in my mom's clothes, but okay, I guess that's considered high fashion now. So what do you guys think of this new Meghan? Do you believe the story that she's selling, this new PR spin? How she's the cool California Karen mom? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please be sure to check me out on all of my social media accounts. And if you'd like to join my Patreon, it's only $3 a month. And I have a lot of fun and exciting videos coming to that channel shortly. So make sure you go and check it out. Thank you for stopping by my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.